Hello, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Good People and Good Times podcast. This is episode 6. I left you on a cliffhanger, and I think we need to get some things settled out. Before, recommendation of the day, KAVA tea. If you want to know more why, just listen to the episode and I'll explain my birth of the love for KAVA tea. That was a really weird way to phrase it, but I'm glad I did, because, it's original, and it's me, and it's unique, and that's something you can only hear on the Good People and Good Times podcast, episode 6. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Welcome back, guys. I know it was quite a pause I left you guys with, but that's just something I wanted to do. I felt like I was already hitting 20 minutes, and that needed to not be 20 minutes. So yeah, we're back. So if you paid attention to the last episode, which I hope you did, you'll know that I went on a trip, and I just got really stressed out, and I knew I needed to unwind. And the main way I know how to unwind is with this thing called KAVA tea. It's by a brand called Yogi, and you can buy it at Walmart, but it's kind of hard to find, and it's just, when you find it, it's great, but it's a little overpriced. I mean, it's a give and take kind of thing. If you want a tea that really works to, unstress you, man, that stuff works. I'll give you the incident on how I found out that it works so good. I was at Walgreens with my mom, and we were going to go pick up some medication or something. I forgot exactly what. I think we were going to go pick up some medication. And there was precursor to that. We had pulled by the house of my aunt, and my cousin was outside. And we decided, let's just lower the window and say hi. So we lowered the window, we said hi, and we said, how are you doing? And she said, oh, I'm doing good and everything. And then she says, hey, I just found this new tea that works really well. You guys should try it. And we're like, okay. And she's like, yeah, it de-stresses you and everything. It's super good. And we're like, oh, that's pretty neat. Okay, we'll keep it in mind. So I put it in my pocket, and, I just thought, hey, cool, I'll try a tea later on. And then the reason we were going to Walgreens was because it was my friend's mom's birthday. And I was basically going to go to my friend's house to hang out with him, but we're going to go celebrate his mom's birthday. And we were thinking, well, what should we get her? And the only idea that popped into our head is, let's get her a gift card, something she could use. And then we decided to go. We were thinking, where should we go? And we thought, well, Walgreens usually has a rack full of gift cards, so we'll just go there, look at the rack, and then see what we can do. We pull up to Walgreens, and there's this kind of odd-looking character outside the door. He looks kind of shaky, and it's kind of creepy. But we just think, it's probably a homeless guy asking for money. We'll pull out our wallet, give him $1, and we'll head inside and continue our day. Again, I'm going to be drinking my generic sports drink. I apologize for the pause, but I got to do what I got to do, Oh, that was good. That was quite refreshing. I might just finish it off. Oh, delicious. So good. Anyway, he was kind of a shady character. And we walked up. We're just ready to give this guy $1. And then he says, hey, I'm in a bit of a jam. Can you help me out? Now, usually when people start off that way, they are about to tell us that their wife's pregnant, or their car is broken down, or they need gas money, what have you. We're just prepped to give this guy a couple of bucks because, we're all in tough situations. But no, he says, I just got out of the hospital, and I need to get my medication, and I forgot my license. So I can't show my ID to get my medication. Is there any way that you can help me out by getting my medication for me, and I'll pay you? I have the money, I just need somebody to get the medication for me, because my uncle's not here, and he's not going to be here. I don't know. But it was a kind of odd situation like that. Very uncomfortable, mind you. Now with me, I feel a sense of okay, it's at this point that you say, no, we can't help you out. I'm so sorry about that, but it's yeah, I can't help you out because I mean, this guy looks shaky. He just said he got out of the hospital. He can't get his medication. The whole situation sounds really bizarre. So I'm standing next to my mom, and because I'm younger, I just kind of wait for her to say, "No, sir, sorry, we can't help you." And instead, she pauses, and then after she pauses, she says, "Okay, well, I don't know. I really don't know you, and it's kind of weird." And then the guy just keeps like, asking like, well, just help me get my medication. I'll pay you. I have the money and everything. Just, whatever you can do, it would really help me. Like, I just got out of the hospital. And he kept repeating, I just got out of the hospital. And man, bless my mom's heart, but I was waiting so bad for her to just say, "No, I'm sorry, we can't help you." But no, it got all the way to the point and escalated where she's like, "Okay, let's go get your what you need." And we decided to go in to Walgreens, and we're walking with this super shady guy behind me, and I'm just waiting for him to do anything weird so I can, kind of like if he tries to like lunge towards my mom or anything, I'll be prepared. But I'm just like super tense and anxious and thinking like, oh man, this guy better not do anything crazy. And like, oh man, like I can't believe my mom just didn't say no. Like, I mean, we could have left by now. We're just going to come and give gift card, and now we're buying some shady guy's medication. It would just, the whole thing tensed me up because I'm thinking like, man, my mom's just trying to like do the best she can. And I'm trying to protect her because this guy is really off. And we get up to the counter to get his medication, and we just stand behind, and I'm just kind of nodding my head like, why are we doing this? This is so wrong. And the guy says, oh, prescription for CS Johnson or whatever. And then we wait. The guy doesn't thank us, doesn't look at us. He's just waiting for his meds. And then the guy in the counter says, who's going to be checking these out for you? And then he just looks at us and says, oh, they're going to get my meds for me. And the guy at the counter, the pharmacist, just looks at us, and judging by his look, I know he's trying to give us like a hint like, guys, you don't want to be doing this. But my mom's not taking it, and I'm just kind of waiting for her to respond, which is bad on my part. And the pharmacist says, okay, ma'am, if you're going to be getting this medication, I want you to know that by signing off on this medication, you are legally responsible for whatever happens. And the second I heard that, I was like, man, what is this guy taking? Like, what's going on? And my mom's like, okay, well, what's the issue? And it's like, this is the strongest prescription we could possibly give for this medication. So I want you to know that if you sign off for this prescription, you are legally responsible for whatever happens. Kind of saying, if this guy decides to like OD on whatever he just wants us to get for him, and it's like, that's on us. And I'm thinking like, oh my god, we cannot get this medication for this guy. We just gotta go. This guy is getting really tense. He's like, look, just get the medication. Yeah, she wants to sign off for it. And he just keeps like telling the guy like, oh yeah, no, she said she's gonna get my medication, so just yeah, let her sign off. And then my mom's, they're like, I don't know what I can do. And then the pharmacist just keeps telling us like, ma'am, this is the highest prescription we can give, so you are responsible for whatever happens. The guy's like, yeah, ma'am, just sign off for it. And I stepped in. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, we can't do this. We're not gonna sign off for this. And then I just like kind of nudge my mom like, okay, let's go. And she says, no, I'm not gonna sign off for it, sorry. And then just we walk away. And this guy's ticked. This guy's just like annoyed. And he's like grunting. He's like, you can't, fine. And he's probably like cussing us out, but it was kind of scary. And man, poor pharmacist, but he was just there like trying to do his job, and this guy's tense. And then I think somewhere, I forgot if it was either, oh, that's right. When we were coming into the store to prove that he had just gotten out of the hospital, he showed us his release slip. And like the release on there, somewhere on the description, it says like extremely like, aggressive or something like that, or like super tense, or it just basically said he was kind of hostile at the hospital. And man, just the whole situation tensed me up. I felt like my mom was about to sign off for this guy, and I was really nervous and everything. And then I just had to kind of say, no, no, she's not signing for anything. Thank you, goodbye. And then we just had to walk out. And man, we walked out as fast as we could because we're like, I don't know, this guy's gonna come after us or what. And then I'm tense. My mom's just like, oh, that was kind of fun, wasn't it? And I'm like, oh man, man, we could have ended that situation so much sooner if you'd said no, but we didn't, and I'm not gonna get mad at you. And it's just, let's go to the stupid party. And it's like, oh, well, we need a gift. And I was like, oh man, fine, let's get a gift. Let's get a gift and let's just go. And we're thinking like, well, what are we gonna do? Because we don't know what to get her now. And it's like, let's go to Albertsons. Don't get a gift card from Albertsons because everybody goes to Albertsons. So we go to Albertsons and we get a gift card, and then I go and I'm like, I'm just stressed. And I'm thinking like, man, I just want to talk to my friends. I just want to unwind, do whatever. And as I'm there at my friend's house, he just hooked up with some girl. So he's trying to like woo her and put the moves on her. And I'm like, man, I got to talk to you and you're busy with your gal, and it's just, darn it. So I try to talk to him and I'm like, man, can we just sit down and have a soda pop and just talk? Because I am super stressed right now. He's like, yeah, man, we could talk. And then this girl pulls him aside and they start like, sucking face. And I'm like, damn it. I guess I'm just going to have to be the third wheel. And I'm like, well, I decided to leave the room and I didn't know what happened to him. I think he went upstairs with the girl or whatever. And I just go up to his brother because he's the next best person. I'm like, hey man, let's just sit down and talk, huh? And he's like, oh yeah, sure man, what's going on? And I'm like, I just had a really stressful time. And then I remember that my cousin earlier that day gave me a tea that was for stress relief. And I'm like, so I just like shouted out, like, just give me hot water, man. I just need some hot water. And he just kind of looked at me funny, like, okay, man, just give me a second. Like, how do you want me to get you hot water? And I'm just like, just pour some water in a cup and microwave it. And then he's like, okay. And then he poured the water in the cup and then he put it in the microwave. He's like, now what? And I'm like, just 2 minutes. Just put it in for 2 minutes. That's all we need. And then he put it in. And then after he put it in, it was like, okay, well, I got the hot water and everything. I'm like, okay, good. Now let me just have my tea, man. And then, I put my tea and I'm like furiously teabagging. Just, in case anybody doesn't know what I mean by that and they don't want to think I'm some kind of Call of Duty nerd. It's the action of lifting your tea bag up and down repeatedly inside of the cup of hot water to quickly seep your tea so you don't have to wait 10 minutes for it to seep. Anyway, I'm furiously teabagging this cup, and as I'm going and as I'm teabagging and all that kind of stuff, I'm just so tense and I'm like, I gotta calm down. I gotta unwind. This is awful. And I'm just, I don't get tense. I don't get annoyed. I don't get tense. But this was one of the times that I was just infuriated at the whole situation, and I'm trying to unwind, and I'm pretty sure my mom was like in the background, like, just like trying to drink some wine or a beer or something, just like, chill out. And me, I'm just like, oh man, I gotta relax. So I go and I drink my tea, and man, it's like magic's happening. I just feel like butter all of a sudden. Like, I drink it, and as I'm drinking it, all of my tensions just go away. I just feel like I was super annoyed and super tense, and then I finished the cup of tea, and like, I'm not tense anymore. I'm just in a good mood. I just kind of want to laugh. I just want to like relax, and I'm still thinking about it, but I'm not tense. I feel great. It's almost a heavenly experience. Why can't I have this all the time? And man, I don't know what's up with KAVA tea, but it was so good. And my recommendation for any of you guys who need to de-stress and are looking for some good remedies, if you could ever find KAVA tea and try it out, it did wonders for me. Now, it doesn't do wonders for everybody, because like my friend who had the girl at the time, he usually gets tense a bit, and I told him, hey man, you should try this KAVA tea, like it'll unstress you for sure. And he tried it and he said nothing happened to him. So I don't know, maybe it doesn't work on everybody. But for me, oh my god, it felt so good. And then with my trip that I took this past time, and if you heard the last podcast, you should know what I'm talking about, or you should have known by the beginning. I was super tense because of the fact that, our family was improvising and it just seemed like things weren't working out. And we kept trying different plans and things weren't happening, and it was just so tense, stressful. And I decided, like, we were going to Walmart because we decided to stay there for a night. Okay, we hadn't planned the trip at all. We just kind of said, hey, want to go to, like, Redoso or Cloudcroft? And they just said, yeah, let's all go. And I even said, yeah, too. And it was going to be like a day trip because it only takes like 2 hours to get down there. So we could go, like, drive for 2 hours, hang out there for a while, and then drive back 2 hours. And it would just be like a day trip, like that Friday. But what happened is that we timed it and everything kind of wrong. So by the time we left El Paso, it was already like maybe 1 or 2. So we got there around, I'd say, like 3:30, 4 o'clock, I'd say. And it's pretty late. So we're just trying to, like, look at whatever we can, look at a little shop or so like that. But then as we're driving around, we realize it's actually getting pretty late, and we could either go home right now, get back at like 6 or 7, and it'll just kind of be one of those trips that we didn't do too much, but at least we came out and kind of, did a couple of things. Or, we can try to stay the night. And, stay the night sounded like a kind of out there idea, but we thought, hey, let's try it out. We'll test the waters and, see if we could stay the night. And we decided to stay the night, but the thing is, it's not like when you're staying the night and it's an unexpected thing with your buddies and you just say, like, hey guys, let's rent a hotel and we'll just kind of sleep in our clothes and in the morning we'll head off. It's not one of those. It's you're with your family and the family needs to be comfortable. So we decide, well, we're all in jeans and t-shirts, so let's go to Walmart and let's try to find some clothes to sleep in, some hygiene products, some, what else did we get there? We got like stuff to sleep in. We got hygiene products so that way we could wash up in the morning. We got some food so we could eat that night. And yeah, we just got a slew of different things. And at the end of it, we're like, man, we spent over $100 at Walmart to try to get everything that we needed. Because, I mean, we decided, no, we're going to get a full change of clothes. So we got like pants, socks, underwear, a shirt, deodorant, shampoos, body washes, creams, and all that kind of stuff for my mom. And we did this for 4 people, so it added up pretty quickly, and we ended up spending like over $100 over there. And we're thinking, darn it, we spent over $100 at Walmart just buying like a day's worth of like clothes and things to stay the night, as well as paying the price for a motel so we could stay the night. And yeah, it just got super pricey. And, at the end, we're all thinking like, man, we shouldn't have stayed overnight. And, man, it's kind of difficult. Well, we'll try to make the best of it. And, I guess because of the way I am, those tensions kind of rubbed off on me. And I just thought, man, I'm teed up. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help. I'm sorry that this happened. And I just wanted to be the good person. I don't know why my family is being overly comfy. And these are all the things I'm saying just as I'm tense. It's not like I'm mad at them or anything. But like at the time, I was just thinking like, well, if it was the guys, we would have just slept in our clothes and then left in the morning. But no, we have to be comfy and we have to get all these new clothes. And it was just, a bunch of different things making me tense. So I thought, man. Well, anyway, we were at Walmart and I decided to go and buy a KAVA tea. So we got that, and then, I came back and I'm super tensed at just everything that's going on because it seems like no matter what we do, there's always something else that we didn't anticipate for that's coming up because it was a surprise trip. And yeah, it was just, I got my tea. I went back to the hotel. I'm just like, you know what? I need this. I had it, and the same thing happened. You're tense as can be, and then it's just like all you're thinking of everything that's bothering you. Then you have that cup of tea, and then you just stop thinking about it, and you just like relax completely. I've never felt so relaxed in like ever, unless I have that tea. It's just I'm relaxing, and then I'm tensed up, I'm teed up, and then everything's just fine. I just feel like everything's fine, everything's going okay, and it's crazy what it does for me, man. But then it's funny because like my brother started like saying something, and I forgot what he said, but I just like snapped back at him, and it was like, hey Michael, like, I'm like, I didn't mean to be mad at you. I'm just like, there's so much going on and everything. And I'm like, no, Mark, it's okay to be mad at me. And he just looked at me kind of weird. And then my family looked at me kind of weird. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm still teed up, and I'm sorry I got mad at you and all that kind of stuff. And, it was just one of those. And I'm like, oh man, I need another cup. So it was weird because I was so relaxed, but I guess my mind was still angry. So I needed to like redo that again. And I had another cup, and then I was fine, but then I couldn't sleep at all that night. So I don't know if it has caffeine or what, but it was just this weird mix of just relaxed but stressed and can't sleep. And it was, anyway, it's great. You guys should try it out. Well, this has been another episode of Good People and Good Times podcast. This is episode 6. And I thank you if you joined me for the last episode and this episode and any other ones, because, yeah, it's just kind of hard to get this thing up and running. But I decided to do 2 20-minute episodes, get these up for you, and I'm going to try to post them both tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And again, have a happy Easter, no matter who you are. Smiles, great times. I'll see you guys. Bye.